Chapter 857. Cuck? Yeah, that'll work. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Podcast. I am the best guy ever. He's the Hippocrit.
Oh yes. Oh, Nate, look at what I have. Look, it's the new newspaper.
Papers?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And we got wanted posters finally. We got wanted posters. And
Oh my God! Really?
yeah, we got finally somebody cares enough about us to want us dead. And
my wildest dreams have come true.
yeah, we've both only got one belly a bounty, but also the camera didn't work, so the artwork for these wanted posters has to be drawn by someone who may be listening to us just talking by ourselves.
Oh, so they're looking for artwork. The Marines are like looking for artwork to be made for them.
And you know, that'd be pretty cool if someone in the audience could draw a wanted poster.
Well, hey guys, why don't you tweet at TPcrastinators if you want the job, and we'll forward that to the Marines, and we'll get some fucking wanted posters made.
Yeah.
Just make some fucking wanted posters. Yeah, all right, cool. It's nice for the Marines to outsource their work every once in a while. You know, subcontract it out, stimulate the economy a little bit. Don't keep all that money captured up in Marijoa. Spread that shit around to the people of the planet that has no name. Does the One Piece planet have a name? Earth? I don't think it's ever been addressed.
All blue and all red.
All round. I'm gonna call it all round. The
all
planet.
around. That's a good one.
Oh, because all around the. Oh my God, that totally works on every level. Oda, you can have that one. Okay, so we're talking about chapter 857, Rook, or as I call it,
Look.
Cuck. I could not think. I had nothing to back that up. So take us through it. By the way, like the cover, actually my first thought was like, wow, this is a really nice cover page of Nico Robin. And then I realized, oh, it's Boa Hancock, who looks exactly like Nico Robin most of the time. But she's got a big snake because she likes big phallic objects, such as my dick. Okay, let's move on.
Cool. Nice.
Yes.
So we start back with Sanji and Luffy in the rain, just talking about all the stuff that has been going on, and
now best friends.
Yeah, they're all best friends. Sanji's still a bit like, I don't know what's everything's sort of bad. He's
still mulling over, the consequences of his decisions and what's gonna happen. By the way, quick note: Luffy's still missing that fucking tooth. That was the first thing I noticed here. How long is this going? Keep it going.
I think it's gonna be at least the whole arc. It's not unless
at this point, yes. At this point, it looks like an arc-long commitment. I agree.
Then at the end, Sanji's gonna.
Something's gonna happen with this tooth. Will he get a gold fucking tooth? I can't see that happening. I cannot see that happening. It'd be pretty badass, though.
It would be pretty badass, but who would be the gold provider? Like, what? There's nothing about this is gold.
Eneru would come back from the moon with gold.
It's just
and
I'm
stick
a gold
it all
salesman.
in his tooth. I'm a gold. Yeah, that's right. He's become a happy merchant of gold. Okay, what the fuck else is going on?
So yeah, they feeling all good about it, and then they see. Or they hear Chopper and the gang in the mirror world, in the fragment in the mirror, and they start talking about the plans of action, and it's basically just they're catching up on everything that's been going on.
And this is them finding out that Sanji is saved. Like, oh, we got him. Yes, he's on our team again. He has turned. So this is a big moment for everybody. They're like, finally, Sanji's back! Yay! It was kind of anticlimactic. The big thing was between. Luffy and Sanji, but yeah, it was nice. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, there was that one bit when oh wait, no, before we get to that, they're talking about Luffy is saying we're gonna fucking save Sanji's family because Sanji wants that, and then he'll come back, and then they're all like, oh, hey, you serious? But then Sanji is like, oh no, we can't do this. They'll be in danger, and then they're like, yay, you're okay, you're good. You want to come back, and it's all happy.
It's making a point about how like the crew is just so happy at the prospect of Sanji coming back that the idea that they are going to have to go head to head with Big Mom is insignificant.
Yeah, they're not
in comparison to their love for Sanji.
I was expecting them to be like, oh no, wait, but they're obviously like willing to risk their lives in it now to get us all
That's the
sort
thing
of
I love
way.
about the Straw Hats so much. Like, even Usopp, the most cowardly one, would easily be on board for this plan. There is no doubt that he would do whatever it is necessary. You know, he would be a coward about it and try to think of ways to, like, minimize the damage. But there is no doubt that any of these people would die for their fellow crewmates because they love each other and they're a wonderful family and they're all great people who I love forever. Yep.
Then there was this little bit. Nami is like saying, "I'll never forgive you," and it really killed Sanji and stabbed him through his chest. And he's like, "Oh," and I'm feeling like this is like, I'm not sure whether it's like implying that there's like a potential for like Sanji and Nami to get together,
Romance?
like
Yeah,
an
that's
actual
the thing, dude.
Because like it's always been sort of like, oh yeah, Sanji loves Nami and Nami doesn't really love him back, but like likes him as a friend.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like it could
This
be like
stands out. This definitely
Yeah.
is a standout moment for their relationship that is noteworthy for sure. There is a vast number of Sanji Nami shippers out there. That's probably the number one ship in all of One Piece. There's a lot of Frankie Robin as well, and Zoro Robin too. But I think number one is still I don't know. Some idiots do Luffy Nami, but that's ridiculous and will never happen. Sanji and Nami could actually happen, and I don't know. Like, this really seems like a sign that there's like a special relationship between them.
'cause, like,
that Nami's particularly offended at him,
this whole
leaving
time,
and shit.
I hadn't really thought of Sanji as like, I hadn't really thought of anybody as like actually potentially getting together as like a couple by the end. Like the
There
only
has
one
been
is like
no clear signs up to this point between any of them, because Oda's gone out of his way to make it that way, which is totally fine. It's
the
totally
only
fine.
one I was thinking of was like, oh yeah, Luffy and Boa Hancock probably are gonna get together, and it's gonna be like a
but, you know,
Goku
that's
and
outside the
Chi-Chi
crew.
sort of thing, where he doesn't really care that much.
That I think that's definitely what's gonna happen. If like, you can see it every time that Luffy talks to Hancock, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he likes her as a friend. She's helped him out, so he respects her now. But you know, he's just not wired that way, or at least not yet. He's yet to grow out of that gay he had as a young lad. One day he will. He'll become a real boy.
Yeah, so this is definitely a hint, a hint at like the possibility of like an OTP or like or pairings off by the end. Like Chopper's got that one reindeer girl from the Mammoth Land. What do you call it?
Yep.
So like,
yeah, one of Zoe on Zoe.
yeah. So like,
Oh yeah, that was the greatest. That was the greatest.
So this could be like subtle. It's subtle enough that I think it might actually happen, because if it was obvious, it would just be a joke.
Yeah, like, it works in the context of the scene as just a joke, but like, as people who've been reading One Piece for like 16 fucking years, you know, like, for Nami, we know that this is a not a normal. If Nami just didn't give a fuck, she would say like, "Oh, cool, he's back, great." She really cares, and like, even the last panel, I thought this was particularly telling language. Sanji, regarding the matter of you throwing me down into the depths of fear itself, I'll never forgive you. So like, that's some strong language. It was the depths of fear itself that Sanji was leaving. That's where Nami was at that thought. That's pretty serious. That's like some romance shit going on right there. Unless it's just like badly. I kind of wanted to like see the Japanese, because that seemed weirdly translated, and you cannot take manga stream at 100% legitness
That
all the
is
time.
true.
You know,
But I think the facial expression sort of.
yeah,
Because it's not like she's like
serious.
the sort of like angry face with the sharp, jagged teeth and the sort of
Right.
She's like very seriously angry.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
So
But then she puts it aside, and she just moves right along.
okay, what happens next? With Jinbei starts to talk about. Oh yes, this is the main thing of the episode.
Oh wait, sorry, hang on. It just to finish that point, Sanji also says like immediately after that, could you be proposing to me, Nami? So like, we're not making this up. Like, even Sanji recognizes this is some serious shit going on between them.
I mean, he's
so.
being goofy, but it's like it's never something that he's mentioned. It's not like a silly thing that he's ever said about a girl. And so yeah.
that's right. Also, noteworthy on this page before it moves on, Luffy. So that they're discussing. I think we were just gonna say they're now moving on to what their plans are gonna be. But I thought it was interesting how Luffy took note of how Reiju. Wait, was that her name? Yeah, Reiju, Sanji's oldest sister. How she had saved Luffy's life, and how Luffy. Whenever Luffy like shifts into like, oh yeah, that person did something nice for me, I need to thank them. That's when he's like serious about helping people, and he's always a guy who pays back his debts and really, once he's made a friend, he'll stick by them to the end. So like now we're really pivoting towards focusing on like the positive aspects of the Vinsmokes and like why we'd be on board with helping them out. You know, we're getting right to it. Even though that's the only thing that any of them have done. Well, I mean, okay, Rager's a pretty decent person, but everything else about them is terrible. But we're just gonna focus on the good stuff, I guess.
Yeah, so this is the biggest, meatiest lore sort of thing going on in this chapter. There's a lot of stuff, and it starts off with Jinbei talking about what's going to happen during the wedding. There's going to be lots of underground people from all over the sea attending, so that's going to be like...
all the underworld brokers will be there, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be maybe people we've seen before, I'm not sure. But it's going to be interesting to see all the secret evil bastards around.
Oda's been doing that thing since the time skip where there have been many scenes where like whenever like underground shit's going on, we'll see like various shadowy figures like watching TV screens to like see what's happening around the world. There's been like Rob Lucci was one, Crocodile I think we saw as one. Like all these guys who are making plans. Killer and Kid and Basil Hawkins, all those guys. Like all the people of note are there. So I wonder if we'll see some of those guys we've seen from those like silhouette shots showing up at the wedding. Would be pretty cool, but nonetheless, it's going to be interesting to see who shows up. It's going to be cool. I'm getting pretty hyped for this thing now.
Yeah, it's going to be more than just the people who are here at the moment, and it's interesting because
that's really good. I would have been bored if it was just characters we've already seen this arc.
Because last chapter I think I posited that the guy who attacked Bobbin was like someone else, but we now know that it's Capone Bege or Bege or however you say it.
I say Beige. I don't know if that's right. I say Beige. Yeah, I don't
Bege.
know.
I always just read it as Bege.
Fair enough.
Beige.
You're a real baguette. You're a real baguette.
But yeah, there's the Capone boy, and Jinbei's giving him all the history of this guy. How he's like a mafia guy who just sort of slinks in the background and then suddenly takes control and kills everyone. And he's planning to kill Big Mom.
Hey, don't undersell it, dude. This is the moment. Okay, so we're talking about one of the 11 supernovas. So way back, what was it? Probably like 8-9 years ago now, when Shabondi Archipelago happened, Oda set the stage with these 11 supernovas, 2 of which were Luffy and Zoro, but introduced 9 new dudes who were, for the rest of the series, going to be important characters who were like peers of Luffy. One of them was Capone Gang Beige, and at the time, he seemed like one of the least intimidating of the bunch. Now, like literally like 8 or 9 years later, we're getting the payoff I've been waiting for. Shabondi Archipelago was, I think, maybe it was like 2010. I don't know. It's like, but more than 5 years. It's definitely been more than 5 years since Shabondi happened.
Shit.
And yeah, it's been a fucking long time. But like that's why these chapters like this are so fucking awesome. Because it's not like we're just making up a new character and like, oh, we're fucking all this new lore. Ooh, look how cool this guy is. Introducing him, and it's way better to like introduce a character and then have him do a couple things throughout the story, and then later on, like you get the payoff of learning about his deal and why he does what he does and who he is after having set up that he is like an intimidating dude. And this is it. So like, oh, it feels great as a guy who's read for so long to feel those moments. I know I've said it before, but it's one of those. So everyone, if you made it this far, congratulate yourselves.
I think
reward.
If like Kid and Killer and like some other of the worst generation or whatever are at this wedding, Capone is going to be there. Obviously, Luffy is there. It's going to be a whole big rookie fuck up fest, and if Big Mom dies, it'll be a very notable turning point in the whole like old guys dying off, new guys taking their place sort of thing that's going on. Which is I mean, I don't know whether Big Mom is gonna die, but I think it would be very interesting if she did.
I agree. And like, I mean, I don't know. Oh, yeah, sorry. Finish your point.
Well, it could be like Pudding is the one that sort of takes over Big Mom's crew.
Yeah.
Because she's not like against Big Mom or anything. She's just evil. So it's like Pudding will become the new Big Mom, and the whole crew will be around her. I'm just making shit up, but like. It will be like, Whitebeard's dead, Big Mom's dying, Kaido is going to be next, because, like, stuff's gonna be going on with him in the Wano.
In Wano, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's like, I think he's like ruling Wano or something. He's like working with the Shogun or something.
And then I think I'm gonna assume, if it's sort of like a pattern that's going on, Blackbeard might kill Shanks, and then that will start off like the end of the big final like showdown with everyone.
Yeah.
Because like all the old boys are dead, the new guys are like fucking fighting each other out. It's gonna see who's gonna be the Pirate King this time, and Smoker's gonna be there, and he's gonna be smoking, and he's gonna be the new Garp. He's gonna be saying, "Ah, yes, I was there when the new Pirate King was fucking around."
Yeah, he's definitely the next Garp. Or I guess it could be Cody, but
well, you know,
better.
Someone.
Something
we've got plenty of like marine characters that are gonna be like the equivalent of like the old people.
Yeah.
And it's going to be all starting anew. One thing I was just thinking about actually. There's another guy on this island that I forgot about is the
Uruj.
big Uruj.
I was thinking of him.
Is he going to smash in through the ceiling and say "fuck you" and punch everyone?
He has to make an appearance. He has to, or it would be a ridiculous waste of like a setup to say that he's here somewhere but doesn't do anything. He'll be here. He will be here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and the fact that he hasn't been even shown, like physically,
nowhere,
means that it's gonna be like at a time when we're not really expecting somebody to jump in.
And don't forget,
now that we're thinking about that, we're going to expect it, but it's still gonna be cool.
Oh yeah. Don't forget, he's the guy who took out the 4th commander of the Big Mom pirate forces, who we have not seen anything of, whose name I forget and don't know if it was mentioned. I just totally slipped my mind. But yeah, like
Lollipop Boy.
It wasn't Lollipop Boy. It was somebody else. But that 4th guy, whoever it was defeated like just recently by Uruj, who is still here on the island. Like, goddamn, like that. Oh, holy shit, that's like serious stuff. Where the fuck is this? Who was the person who was defeated? Fuck, man, I don't know. Oh, hey, what about this? What if that whole thing was memories planted in people's minds by Pudding to do something? Because don't forget, Pudding is like the most powerful character in One Piece now, who can control reality by manipulating people's memories to be whatever the fuck she wants. Who the fuck knows what's true anymore? Anything could be true. Anything could be a lie. Pudding is OP as fuck.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know. One Piece isn't even real.
There's so many things in play. Like, I was thinking a bit earlier, like a few chapters before, like, there's not so many things that could happen, but now there's, like, loads of characters involved. There's loads of possibility. The wedding is going to be fucking incredible, no matter what happens.
I'm looking forward to it. We now know, so Big Mom's forces are there. We got Capone doing the security detail.
Yeah, so
and
he's
we haven't really gotten to his plan yet.
He's probably, like, got a hand of those guns and all the special bullets that have been introduced, because like he's a guy who's
maybe that's where the payoff will be for those. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because like he doesn't jump around and kick people. He's a gun guy. He brings out his gun and he's like shoots them in the head. Like, oh no, I'm dead. You know. The Vinsmokes. I don't know whether he wants to kill the Vinsmokes. I think they're just no, he doesn't, because they're like idols of his. Because they're
here, but before we go too far, let me just describe what's going on here. So what happens here is basically, so Jinbei just discusses how he has found out. He gives this backstory about Capone's true history as he was a guy in like West Blue or something he started a gang basically, and he's just been making his way in the world, and he does this tactic where he likes to defeat the heads of the enemy factions, and he leaves all the other people untouched. Like, he'll kill the leader, leave everybody else, and they'll tear themselves apart, and he just leaves. And he's made lots of enemies, but he's survived. So I don't know why he does that, but he does. So and what they're leading to is that he has a plan, what he's going to do, and the reason why he killed or why he shot PCOMs, who gave this information to Jinbei, who we haven't seen, but I guess is fine. His plan is just to do this to Big Mom. So like, I think we had said that we expected Capone to betray Big Mom. I can't remember at this point.
I don't remember if I had. I kind of forgot that he was around, because
yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. But he he was too big a character to just fade into like the crew of Big Mom, just like how Diaz Drake, the T-Rex fruit, other supernova guy, is too noteworthy a character to just be phased into Kaido's crew without something more special happening later. Something will happen with Diaz Drake, just like right now something is happening with Capone. And so Jinbei just says, by the way, lol, I set up, even though they tried to fucking murder PCOMs for finding out this information to save the Big Mom pirates, let's ally ourselves. I have already set the meeting with Capone to team up, because we've only got like 8 fucking people here to take down Big Mom, upset the wedding, save the Vinsmokes, save your boy's family. So now, like, I think this is such an awesome development to, like, I was wondering myself, how the fuck are they going to deal with this whole situation of, you know, managing, there's only a handful of these guys, of the Straw Hat allies there. How are they going to deal with all of the Big Mom crew? And here is one excellent way, by allying with a Capone crew, the Fire Tank Pirates. That is one way, because they already had a plan. Oh, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, when he was, like, Jinbei was talking about him, was like, oh no, they're gonna have to deal with him as well, like, how are they gonna do it? But then he said, let's team up with them. I'm like, oh yeah, like, it makes sense. The only reason I thought it wouldn't happen was because I thought, like, he was the one who captured Sanji in the first place, they would probably be too angry at him. But Luffy was like, you know, mature, like, yeah, actually, that's a good idea, let's fucking team up with our old enemy to kill Big Fat Mama.
I don't know if Luffy knows that Capone's the one who captured Sanji. I don't know if he knew, if he would have been so excited about the idea, but he doesn't, so it's totally
Luffy
in character.
Them? No, he wasn't
Sanji got captured, way before they got there.
Yeah.
So...
I think they might have mentioned it somewhere.
They might have. But I was just going to say, the one thing about this is... So, like, what they're doing is, when they talk about Capone is a guy who sets, like, meticulous plans ahead of time and executes them. Like, he's a mafioso, right? So he's like fucking Michael Corleone, you know? He's a very careful guy who plans out his shit ahead of time. And it's very convenient, and this always happens to Luffy. He's the luckiest man in the universe. Like, he has just so happened to... See ya. Or he's working on forming an alliance with a guy who is like has planned meticulously to achieve Luffy's exact objective, and now they are going to sync up their powers to like do it even more effectively. Like, it's so convenient that this was just waiting there for Luffy to find and like attach himself to make these plans happen. The thing that makes it not so bad,
it might not even be that much of a coincidence, because Capone was the one who captured Sanji, right? Maybe I don't know whether he did it with the intention of making an alliance with the Straw Hats somewhere down the road.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, there's like, no way that could be true.
But it's not like there's no reason. I mean, the thing is, this wedding is where this plan is going to take action. So him capturing Sanji for the wedding is what's going to allow the wedding to happen, which is going to allow him to kill Big Mom. So it's not that weird. It's just that Luffy happens to be here in a position to help.
I mean, I'm with you. I agree that this is a huge event, and it makes sense that there would be conspirators around that, you know, are doing things, and that there would be plans such as this to, you know, get this. I mean, the Big Mom Pirates were already planning to betray the Vinsmokes. Like, the Vinsmokes don't even know that. And then Capone within the Mom Pirates are going to betray the Mom Pirates to make this shit happen. And who knows what else is going to happen. And now the Luffy and the crew are here to do another triple betrayal.
I imagine if the Vinsmokes were actually planning on betraying everyone as well. Like, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be a funny moment, like, aha, we're actually going to shoot you. Oh, well, we were actually going to shoot you. Oh, but we were going to shoot both of you. That'll be funny.
That would be. I hope that happens. That'd be hilarious. Shit.
Because they have all those snails in their fortresses and all their Vinsmoke, Germa Kingdom army guys standing around. They're gonna get involved, I'm sure.
No doubt. Plus, we have to have a fight between Sanji and the Vinsmoke boys. That has to happen. There has to be a Sanji versus brother fight, or else I'll kill myself. I don't know. It'll be shit, or else it'll be shit. Okay, but that's basically the situation. Yeah. So they've got themselves a fantastic ally who is already planning to do the exact thing that they now need to do. So working out perfectly. So they're going to go meet him. They're going to team up, and it's great. Oh, you know what? I remember the thing I was going to say was, it's super convenient that Luffy found out about this plot. Because remember, in this situation, like, if anyone finds out that Capone is planning a betrayal of Big Mom, they will be destroyed. These are the Big Mom pirates, definitely more powerful forces than the Capone fire tank pirates. So, like, if Capone's plans got found out by anyone, it could potentially mean the destruction of their entire crew. But who's the one who happened to hear from PCOMs, who just so happened to find out, who then happened to be found by Jinbei, who had been, PCOMs had been shot, floated in the fucking ocean, should have been dead, miraculously alive, so Jinbei could find him, who happens to be an ally of Luffy, so that Luffy could then hear about these plans and then form the alliance with Capone. So you see why I'm saying it's very convenient.
It's a fucking pretend world fantasy.
Oh, fuck off. That's no excuse.
I think it's just really cool that he's got all these characters come together, and it's like...
Of course it's cool. I'm just saying that it's very convenient.
That's what it is. It's like, you got all these characters, you got Jinbei back, and stuff. But, like, all these alliances that have... the alliance with Jinbei has, like, been pre-established. The whole thing with Capone being a Big Mom pirate.
Yep,
the thing with Sanji's mysterious past, all these things coming together. I don't think it's a bad thing that he's managed to work all these different things together to make them work in like. Well,
hey, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike any of the situation. I am merely criticizing the logic of how we got to these events, and I think that they're slightly lazy. That's my only criticism. I think that they're, like a better writer, or just, there could have been more skillful writing to make it a little less eye-rolly about, like, okay, all right. So Luffy, things just so happen to work out again. Okay. That always happens to Luffy. Well, not every time. But I'm just saying it happened this time. It's very convenient, and I don't like narrative convenience. I like narrative hard work, where things work out for, like it takes hard writing and you get what I'm saying. You understand my point.
I get
it's not bad. I like it. I just think that I'm just criticizing one aspect of it. It was a little easy for Luffy. That's all. Like, Luffy didn't even do anything. He just rolled up and Jinbei fucking handed him this situation.
I guess it is...
whatever.
Yeah, the way that this entire chapter was like, by the way, there's this whole thing that I hadn't mentioned up until this point, and it's really important and great, and it's exactly what you need. I get it. I just don't feel like it's that... I don't know.
I understand your point. You've never been as critical of these types of things as I have, so it's it's understanding that we would differ on this point.
So yeah, that's the whole chapter really. They just sort of tease the meeting, and where is he at the moment? The Capone boy, is he inside himself?
I'm sure he's in the castle somewhere. Yeah, probably. Yeah, they need to go meet him. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. He looks... Oh, you know where he is? They've got their little, like, castle ship that's floating next to the island, I think. That's what it looks like. I think they're in their own ship.
Do they have a ship that looks like a... Do we know what a ship looks like?
If you go to the last page, there's, like, a ship on the top left panel that's kind of...
I thought it was just like a castle on the side of...
I think I've seen it before.
Okay.
I thought I'd seen it before and that they had a castle ship, but yeah, I don't know. Also, is it just me, or does on that last panel, that guy standing to Capone's right, on the left side of that middle panel, does that just look exactly like... fucking, goddamn it, Caesar Clown, only with spiked up hair instead of flowy down hair? Looks exactly like him.
I mean, it's just that he's got black lips, really.
It's his face. He's tall, he's lanky, he's got the same face. I bet that's Caesar Clown's twin brother, or it's fucking Caesar Clown himself, only now he's punk. He's gone
punk.
Is
another thing. Caesar Clown hasn't come back yet. He's just been in the factory.
Oh my god, you're right. That's another important factor. Yeah.
Something's gonna happen with him, and there's that. Oh shit, dude! Everything's gonna explode.
This is gonna be a big. There's a lot of moving parts in this fucking
wedding.
What
was he supposed to be doing? He's supposed to be making more sad or.
He's supposed to be making the gigantic. Like he already told Big Mom, I think that like, yeah, I've got the gigantism serum ready. Of course, I just need time to make it. And she's like, okay, go make it. And he's like, okay. And so she gave him like I think a day or two.
And then he's like, I can't fucking do this.
He was just trying to think of a way to bullshit his way out of it. Last time we saw him,
I think if Big Mom gets defeated, he'll be like, "Oh, thank fuck."
Oh yeah, for sure. He's like, he's like a guy.
I'm your friend, Luffy. Just you're a cool guy. Don't kill me.
He's like a guy who did not do his homework, and then the teacher's like, "Okay, everybody, pass it up to the front," and he's like, "Oh fuck!" I've been there. then you pass your friends.
pass
you take your friends.
wind.
You take the guy behind you, and you scratch off his name, and you write your name on it, and then you pass it up. That's what you do in that situation. Take that to the bank, kids. There's a free tip for you. Okay, good. I think we're done.
Yep.
Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. There should be a chapter next week, so we'll see you then. See more Capone gangland action. I can't wait to see these guys.
And don't
in
forget
action.
to draw our wanted posters, because that's what I was implying earlier that you should
Yes,
do.
go draw our goddamn wanted posters and send it to @TPCrastinators, or you can send it to @BestestGuyEver, or is it The Hippocrit, right?
Yeah,
That's your
at
Twitter.
the Hypocrite.
Right, with the special spelling, H-I, figure out. He's a hippo boy. Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. Go do that shit. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Rebel.